Hello everyone, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video, and today I'm going to present you 11 events that you really shouldn't skip if you are looking for legendary bosses. Hey everyone, so as you probably know, after patch 11, things became very difficult in order to farm legendaries in locations. Bethesda has messed up a lot of things, and one of them was the legendary spawn rates in every single server, which means you will hardly find legendaries out there if you follow guides or known places to drop legendary bosses, such as West Tech and White Springs. Well, tough luck. Right now, the spawns are completely messed up and you will hardly be able to find legendary bosses. So I came up with a quick solution for you. And farming these 11 events will assure that you can find better gear than the one you're using, maybe if you're lucky enough, and it will also provide you plenty of legendary items to script for your daily currency in the legendary system. So let me introduce you to these 11 events. At the bottom of the list we have Campfire Tales. This is a very good event for low levels, or even if you just want to farm script, because you will often get 2 legendary items from this event. At the very end you can either get a legendary Scorpion or a legendary Wendigo called Nia. And both scenarios will ensure that you get a legendary boss at the very end of the event. And as the event rewards, you will also get a legendary gear piece. It can be armor or a weapon. It's very random. And a quick tip in here, you will also be able to earn a possum badge. Sometimes it's rare. It's way more difficult nowadays than it used to be, but it's still possible to earn a possum badge for your backpack. So that's something very helpful to have in mind for Campfire Tales. Another thing that you should know is that you can start this event at night. All you have to do is come to Camp Adams. If it's not on spawn, it will immediately start, so don't forget that. Another event for low levels is Leader of the Pack. You can expect to find 2 to 3 legendary bosses with this event. It's generally located in the very north of the map, around the Tyler Fairgrounds, and the goal is to kill packs of wolves. Too bad that they are only 1 level, the bosses. I usually find 2 to 3 legendary bosses, as I mentioned before. That means 2 to 3 legendary items as well. They are normally weapons for me, so that means 5 script each if you think about numbers. But if you are a low level, this is ideal for you. You can get some nice gear, at least some legendaries to equip. If you are a high level, then you might just come by, do a quick run, and get some free script. Why not? As number 9, we have ENCRYPTED. Why? Well, you can get a nice 3 stars imposter SHEEPSQUATCH from ENCRYPTED, which starts at the pylon ambush site. In here I took the liberty to craft an assault and recall keycard. I bought something that is essential for the card. I started the event, but since I was in the pre-made of 4, I really was sure there wouldn't be that much issues. However, if you are solo and you see that not so many people are coming for the event, you might be in trouble, because this is a limited time event. You have to do it under 10 minutes and 4 people must be the pylons while others shoot at the SHEEPSQUATCH and take it down. Otherwise, it will be invisible and kill everyone in a few hits while you can't do any damage to it at all. So it needs a lot of player cooperation and communication even. It's the most difficult event in game right now, in my opinion, so it's not so good to farm legendaries. It is fun to do, it is challenging, you can get a legendary item from the boss, but that's pretty much about it. You can also get a SHEEPSQUATCH outfit as an event reward. But other than that, it's just a great challenge to take. So if you are looking to farm legendaries, this is probably not a great choice, and that's why it's in number 9. Next, we have an event that is not well known to people. It's Enclave Boats on Parade, and you can sometimes, or most of the time, find a legendary in the waves. For me, I usually find it in the final wave, and you can find it as a 1-star or 3 stars legendary. In this case, it was a 3 stars. And yeah, it's something that I have recently found. I think they have changed the event once again, but it's not 100%. Sometimes you will not find any legendary in this event, but it's a great thing to know because it's very easy and quick to do this event. So in the end, you don't have much to lose. You still get event rewards, some caps, and maybe you will find the legendary as well. Who knows? Another event with a really high chance to spawn a legendary is Guided Meditation. This is a bit like Campfire Tales in terms of spawning. If you go to this location, to the Palace of the Wind, and the event is ready to be summoned, it will start right away. Of course, it has a spawn rate. It won't always start if it's on cooldown, but you can find a 2 to 3 stars legendary here very often. It comes also during the waves. Normally it's in the first or the last wave for me. And I am finding 3 stars legendaries in Guided Meditation almost every single time I do it. So it is a really great option to come here, especially because you don't need to wait for it to appear in your map. You can simply come here and start the event yourself, do it solo if you must. And you can as well find a 3 stars legendary, and who knows, maybe it will give you a 3 stars legendary item too. It's all a matter of luck. I want to show you another one which I did a few hours ago, and we found a 3 stars legendary right here at this first defending point. So you can see that is totally possible to find a 3 stars in Guided Meditation. At the middle of the list we have Free Range. This is a very good event for low and high level players, especially because it can start in 3 different locations. Here at Big Fred's, or here at this Delaro range. Around it, it's not exactly there. Or here at the very north of the map. When it's this one, it's a bit, for low levels, and it will only spawn 1 SHEEPSQUATCH. I never saw more than 1 in here. However, for the other 2 locations, you can often find 2 legendary SHEEPSQUATCHES at the very end. So instead of expecting just 1, you can expect 2. It won't always happen, but you have a high chance to find 2 of them, which means 2 legendary items with 1 star. Very rarely you will be able to find a 3 stars SHEEPSQUATCH. I have seen it a few times, but that is very rare, at least for me. So that's what you can expect from this new event Free Range that came out with the Wild Appalachia DLC. As number 5, we have AWOL Armaments, and this is an event that used to be one of the best in game, like at the very top. They have been stealthy nerfing it slowly and slowly, and you used to be able to get 3 legendaries from it. Nowadays it's 1 to 2 max. Also the stars are very random. There used to be almost 2 to 3 stars every time, and now I find 1 star to 3 stars. It's completely random. The thing here is that you will find waves of Kutsis, and they are very strong, as you can see. If you have a low HP bloodied build like me, it can be hell on earth for you, because they will 2-3 shoot you if you let them hit you, actually. But it's still a very good event because, as you can see, you can find 3 stars, and they often drop more than 1 star items. Just be careful when you kill the bosses, because they explode and they can easily kill you. And that's not nice, is it now? Also, their bodies can disappear through the ground or, bugs. Hunting bugs, I'm hunting bugs. But as you can see, they drop some really nice stuff, and it's still part of my favorite events to do when it comes to farm legendary items. Welcome to Project Paradise, and this is one of the most underrated events in game. I'm not sure why, but not a lot of people are doing Project Paradise. But why? I mean, the event is not so easy to do, but even if you fail the event, you can still spawn a 3 stars legendary at the end, and it can, of course, give you a 3 stars item. So why not do this, Besides, during the waves or during the feeding process, you can find several legendaries. Any mob that spawns could be a legendary, and often I find 1 to 3 legendary mobs while I'm taking care of the feeding stuff. It doesn't matter which biome or habitat you choose, you have a chance to find legendaries there. Also, at the end, you will either find a Grafton monster, a Sheepsquatch, or a fog crawler as a 3 stars legendary boss. But the drops are very random, so don't expect a 3 stars item every single time. That's not going to happen. But every now and then, it will happen. Here's another run that I did yesterday, and I got a 3 stars item right from that 3 stars ghoul. And then we found another 3 stars robot. So as you can see, this event has a lot of potential. It used to be stronger before, they have been nerfing it as well. I used to come here to farm legendaries outside of the event, but lately I haven't found any at all. So it seems like they only spawn as legendaries when the event is running. So just make sure to come here. There are 3 habitats, there is plenty of space for everyone. And even if you fail the event, that's okay. You can still kill this big boy at the end, the alpha, and you can get a 3 stars item. Try your luck. You might get more rewards than you think. One Violent Night is that event that has been there since the release date. It has also been nerfed lately, but it's still very, very strong. You can often find 2 to 3 legendary bosses. I often find just 2, one while defending and one at the very end, the Wendigo. That's 100% legendary guaranteed. But this is a very popular event, and normally there's a lot of people here, and some of them are not so nice. They can one-hit legendary bosses. I've seen it plenty of times, and that's not nice. And sometimes I have the feeling that coming here is a waste of time because, I might just find one of these people that will willingly or not one-hit the legendary, and then that's it. I don't get anything from the event. Regardless, it is a very solid thing to choose because you can get at least 2 legendaries if you come at the very start. Sometimes it spawns 3. I have never seen more than 3 in the past 2-3 months. So make sure to do One Violent Night if you are looking for some nice and juicy legendary items. As number 2, we have Uranium Fever, and this is probably most likely my favorite event right now because it is so easy to do and you get a lot of value from it. Especially if you have a blooded melee build like me, you can one-hit all of these enemies. They are annoying, but they are not so strong to start with, and secondly, they go down in one hit. There's plenty of steel around the area to repair the extractors if they go down. And you always get 3 legendary bosses if you do the event from start to the very end that high, which means you will often get gear from level 35 to 45 But hey, I'm still using some level 45 gear right now. Plus, the script machine doesn't discriminate the levels. This is ideal to farm legendary items for script, because first, the event spawns quite often. If you server jump, you will find Uranium Fever very often. And secondly, you can get 3 legendary items per run, sometimes 4. I've seen it a few times where you get a legendary item as part of the event rewards, but I'm not sure how it works. I think it's random. It doesn't happen often, so that's the other sad part. But other than that, this is the perfect event. Do not skip it, ever. You're missing a lot if you do. Just saying. Lastly, but not the least, we have SCORCHED. And this is like the best event in the entire game, which everyone wants to do. Honestly, I can understand why. The event rewards are really good. 200 caps, you get repair kits, you also get 1 free legendary item. It's random, normally it's an armor piece for me. And you can also get a legendary item from the queen herself. Normally it's a 1 star, but it can be 2 or 3 stars as well, since she is a 3 stars legendary and the strongest boss in the game. However, I keep getting 1 star legendary items, such as this amazing hatchet. Damn! Who doesn't want the 1 star hatchet from the queen? Or a wood piece, you know? Such things. Right away to the script machine. I don't even waste any time. Moving on, if you are thinking about going into a silo run yourself, don't forget that you need to nuke the prime fissure at southeast of Watauga. Otherwise, you won't spawn the queen and Scorched Earth will not start as well. So that's something that you should know if you are new to the game. Moreover, in this second playthrough of the event, I got a 3 stars legendary item, so it's a great example to show you that it is very possible to get 3 star legendary items. However, you shouldn't expect it to happen that often, unless you are very lucky. At least for me, this is like a rare moment. I'm already used to it. There is nothing you can do other than trying over and over and hoping for the best. These are the 11 events I have chosen for you. They are the very best in game right now, and they are probably the best choice to farm legendary items as well as pleb legendaries for script purposes. With the current situation with the spawn rates that are completely messed up, I don't think it's worth losing time and effort and resources into locations that usually spawn legendary bosses, because you will probably not find anything, and if you do, you will find very few compared to a few weeks ago. So I hope you enjoyed this video and that you found the information here useful. I am Marta Branco. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any other events that you would like to share, then don't forget to comment in the section below. If you are new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw, then feel free to click in the subscribe button. Also, I have a Patreon page, so go ahead and check it out. Other than that, I will see you very soon in the next video. Adios! Bye bye!